relationship where I just get in these moods of just putting everything up there about Taurus, because I am a Taurus, and anything else that I can think of. So, Twitter is a thing. Steam. You want to play Dead by Daylight? Come be my friend on Steam. I'll play with you. Will you play with me? And then we got the YouTube channel. Now, why would you care about the YouTube channel? Well, we've got... Ooh, Croc, don't let me forget. We got to upload all this mess from Twitch onto the YouTube, because that's what we do. In addition, I just put up a whole bunch of stuff having to do with Beat Saber, because guess what? I found a way to stream Beat Saber, so you can watch me do it live. I actually did it a couple of days ago. I streamed Beat Saber live. And it was tricky because I managed someone else's stream and I told them, stay live, stay live. Let me go and raid you. And then when I raid you, I'll just jump on your system and then I'll do Beat Saber. So I did. So it was really, really cool. Can you know who Croc is? Croc. Croc. Oh my God. You're going to ask that kind of question in here? Wow, I think you might need to get into my Discord to ask me one-on-one. How about that? Because I'm not answering anything like that here. Alright, so let's keep going. YouTube channel. You can look at all my Beat Saber videos. You can look at all the games that I've beaten. I am the danger. Yeah. He's my mod in this channel. How's that? Now, let's go on and look. YouTube channel, take a look at that. As well as there's some info about me. There's also some emotes. I think we have all of our emotes up and running. Not quite sure, but I think they're running in their work. There's games coming. There also is going to be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 that's going to be coming out, as well as an addition for Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. There's something additional coming with that. There's a couple of games that I want to play. And also there is a picture. Banu style. Fangs out, wangs out. Let's throw out some support for Near Dark Studios. If you could do that for me, Karakavar. Because Near Dark Studios is a Discord channel, as well as they produce a lot of different shows that are absolutely amazingly awesome. And I love them to death. Every one of them is awesome in there, and every once in a while, we'll get some of the voice actors that will come in here and hang out with us. In fact, when I did Beat Saber, one of the voice actors, Cookie, who actually plays the Tremere, came and watched me do Beat Saber. It's kind of embarrassing, but it was cool. So, yeah. So there goes Near Dark Studios. I think that's all we got on here that is of any really true great importance. That's a panel. I was thinking actually about changing some of the color schemes, but I think I've changed my mind. I think we'll keep it the color that it is. So, given all of that, we are going to be playing a game called Red Embrace Hollywood. Now, that is a text-based game. And in that text-based game, I am reading basically a story. Now, here's the kicker about Red Embrace Hollywood. It has the potential to be very bad. Now, do I like a bad story? Absolutely. However, Twitch may not necessarily. So, a whole nother reason to get into my Discord channel. Because when you do, then if I end up getting too bad with this story, we'll move it over to the Discord, shut the stream down, play something else on the Twitch stream, then we'll finish that story in my Discord. So, yeah, that was my iPad going off. Wow. Maybe I need to turn that off. So, I'm going to turn that off real quick so that we don't hear ding ding every time something is. There we go. Yeehaw! Now, we're going to play this game, but I want to let you know that there, and you got that. Thank you, Croc. That this is a blind playthrough. I never know when I go from scene to scene to scene what exactly is going to come up on the screen. So if in fact we reach something that we know the TOS for Twitch is going to have a conniption fit, we shut the stream down, we delete the VOD, and then we take this to my Discord, we boot back up on the stream, and we play something else, like Dead by Daylight. So, have we had to do that yet? No. But I've also been warned about different ways to avoid it. And I am definitely one for walking that very tight, thin line and being able to maneuver. So, you guys ready to play? You guys ready to hear a good story? Let me see if the answer is yes, and I'll boot up the game. You tell me, Chat Pack. Remember, if you're part of the Chat Pack, that means that you get thank you. That means you get to help me with all of my decisions. That means you get to choose what my answers are. I'm not going to do it for you. I'll call rank if I have to, but I'd really rather you be the one that chooses my fate. I am in your hands. Use me carefully. How about that? All right, here we go. Let's boot this bad boy up. Buckle up, Buttercup. You're in for a hell of a ride. Be right back. You ever just sit there and hold your breath and go, holy shit, please? Whoo! Wow! Hey guys! I was freaking. So, can you guys see this? Hopefully. I'm hoping you guys are able to see this. Whew! Okay, so basically what has happened is, something got moved. I was moving some files around, and I have a D drive and I have a C drive. My D drive has God knows how many gigs available to use on it. And I moved stuff, and what happened was the icon was picking up a different location, so it made it look like I didn't have the game. I think I just about had a heart attack. Oh God, I was like, please don't let me lose that game. So, thank gosh, I'm techie enough to be able to figure out what happened, and I found it in a place it wasn't supposed to be. So, yay, the game's up. Y'all ready to play? Whew, I need a drink. Holy crap. Alright, so guess what, guys? Let's do this. Ready? Because this is going to be one of those nights. I can feel it. Let's make sure. Yep, we got it all here. Woot! Thank you. Y'all ready? Let's try this. Yeah, scared the crap out of me. Woo! Alright, how's that audio for you guys? Make sure you can hear music, which you should be able to at this point. Da-da. Can you hear music? Audio is golden. Sweet. So here we go. I followed him, leaving behind the wreckage of the night's attack. After Marcus locked up the shop, we hailed a cab and headed for the hotel. He bantered with me a little during the ride, quipping that at least they hadn't smashed his cat statue, or the peacock. But I could tell he was still deeply troubled. Even his normal, carefree humor seemed forced, with a pause before every wry remark. There was no denying that the attack, no matter how expected it was, had shaken Marcus to his very core. As soon as we entered the hotel lobby, everyone instantly stiffened. Saros had probably given them instructions to keep Marcus out, but they seemed to hesitate out of fear, or maybe uncertainty. She don't look too happy. We found Saros in the meeting room, talking to her agent. Rising from her seat, she stared evenly at Marcus, her eyes cool and detached. Why is he here, Cheshire? I thought I instructed you to stop associating with him. Now you've got a 1 or you've got a 2. Either he almost died in an attack, Saros, or he's going to stay here for a few days. Which one, Chat Pack? 2? 1? We got a 2, we got a 1. Somebody break that tie. Yes, I'm having a drink right now. God, I need one after that. My bad. So, 1 or 2. Somebody break that tie. I'm thinking. Hey, Fang. I just noticed you are here. It is Monday night. You all survived the lowbrow of the week. Yeah, whew. Nothing like getting, a lot of the ways into the game, and bam, you're stuck. And you lost it all. Alright, let's try. Winner takes 2. Excuse me? Why on earth would he stay here? What? What happened? Oh, just your average eventful evening in Hollywood. His lips stretched thinly into a smile, and he gestured casually towards the distant window. Few rowdy Marvar volunteered to stain my carpet a darker shade of red. Sadly, the paint store must have been running low, because they had to crack open my veins for a palette. Hey, hiya, Fang Fang. Aw, I like those. I see. Saros was clearly a little shaken by the news, adjusting her glasses as if to mask a reaction. For a moment she seemed unusually small. Her regal presence switched off like a light. I cannot allow you to stay. She reluctantly raised her head to gaze at Marcus, who watched her in silence. It is likely just as dangerous for you to be here, Marcus. Since that incident, your reputation has reached a new height of infamy among the Ascari. Many see you as an instigator, as more of an instigator. And just as Randall cannot rein in all of the Marvar, neither can I micromanage all of my associates' actions. Some may strike on their own against you. Therefore, you'd be wise to find another place for refuge. 1, 2, or 3. Either but he or I can't believe you'd or ... Which way do we want to go, Chatback? Your call. We're all thinking 3 ... Saras has a point not in letting him stay. Where do we want him to stay, though? Do we have our own apartment? Thinking. I don't think we do. Alright, I think it looks like it's anonymous. You want to go with 3? We'll go with 3. I understand. Marcus interjected calmly, nodding to her words. Saros blinked several times, as if she'd expect Marcus to protest more. In that case, I do apologize for taking up your time. Have a pleasant evening, Saros. Without anything further, he turned towards the door, slipping back into the hall. Her stunned gaze remained on the door, conflict welling in her eyes. Well, what are you still standing here for? Saros finally barked out a few forceful words. Go make sure he doesn't vandalize anything or cause more trouble on his way out. The next moment, I found myself shooed after Marcus. The door abruptly slammed behind me. with no sign of Marcus in the lobby, I hurried back out to the street. Sure enough, his lanky figure was waiting for me on the sidewalk. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Either let's try somewhere else, like a hotel or abandoned building, or will I see you again soon? Or I'm sorry, Marcus, I wish I could help more, or I'll stay with you and help protect you. Now, if you know me, if you know the characters I play, make a guess. What would I do? And why would I do it? So either hotel or abandoned building. I missed the part where you can pet Marcus like... Oh, dude, you don't want me to pet Marcus like a cat. You really don't. We'll end up going off a TOS real quick. You don't want me to do that? You really don't want me to do that. So you're thinking 4. Stay with him and help protect him? Corbett, are you leading me down a very, very bad path? It happens in my head. Might not happen on this game. Alright, are we thinking 4? Dude, I know what's in my head. Are we going 4? Let's say 4. I'm curious. Curiosity kills the cat every time. Now, that won't do me much good. Not where Soros sends out a search party to bring you back. The eyes behind those dark lenses narrowed at me affectionately. Aww, I got affection. But you needn't fuss over my well-being, Cheshire. I have survived this far, and I will continue to survive as needed. Nor will I selfishly leave my dearest companion. Huh. He reached out, trailing his fingers through my hair, his touch soft and barely perceptible. Then, leaning forward, Marcus brought my hand to his own face, gently nuzzling the back of it, rubbing his cheek against my knuckles. 1, 2, or 3. Either lightly stroke his cheek, or for a cryptic old vampire, you shrek like a lot like a cat, or pull my hand back. You're right, I would pet him like a cat. I'm calling rank. Sorry. Got it! He closed his eyes, pressing his cold, smooth skin against or into my palm. At this moment, Cheshire, I am possessed by a most peculiar feeling. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're feeling there, Marcus. My heart is heavy, weighed down by more love than it has the capacity to handle, which these days is very little indeed. Whatever labels others care to apply to it, true, romantic, platonic, fraternal, hardly matters to me. For me, there is but one type of love, and I feel it most strongly when I gaze at you from a distance. That's cold as fuck. So, what do you mean, from a distance? Or are you saying you love me? Which one you want, 1 or 2? I thought I liked him. Now I'm not starting to like him anymore. He's a cat. Yeah, he is. Are you thinking 2 or 1? Somebody break that tie. Thank you, Fang. What do you mean, from a distance? One gets too close and every imperfection becomes clear. one stays too far, and the beauty is too blurred to make out. There is an ideal distance for any kind of love, one I have yet to master. With a smile that perfectly mimicked his usual self, Marcus turned purposefully away from me. It's best that you return to your hotel room. Another sunrise looms over us, but our paths will cross again before long. Be well, Cheshire. Slipping his hands into his pockets, Marcus finally left my side. I watched as he walked slowly down the street, as nonchalant and hurried as if he had nowhere to go. The last smile he'd given me was so convincing, I almost could have believed it was real. If I hadn't seen him earlier, I would never have guessed that Marcus nearly died tonight. And no one who strolled past him would ever know either. Now, I'll disagree with Marcus on that. I'll tell you why. Here's my theory. You get too far, it's blurred. Maybe you get too close, you'll see imperfections. Maybe somewhere in the middle. However, my theory is, if you get as close as you can, past just being close, but ethereal close, like soul to soul, there are no imperfections. None at all. The next evening, I'd still gotten no word of a new mission. Hey, Ravenclaw! How's it going, dude? Welcome. Good to see you again. After waiting around for a little while, hunger stirred in my stomach. So I decided to, here we go, we're going to drink from David, drink from a human, or drink from a blood bag. Blood bag, I'm just going to tell you now, is out. I don't drink from a bag. It's either a human or David. So you tell me, human or David? I say human. I wish they had Fang up there. Like a, not Fang, sorry Fang, but a Fang up there as an option. However, I am not that lucky. Drink from a human. Figuring I should start my night off with a hearty meal, I left my room for the lobby. Doing well, Ravenclaw. Da-da. Cheshire. Oh shit, who wants me now? Excuse me, a moment of your time, please. And just as I was about to leave the hotel, Soros's agent called out behind me. Wait, what did you say? You got to send me about 3,000 miles to take from me, cat. Yeah, you're in Alaska, aren't you, Fang? Sorry about that, dude. My bad. The evening had been uneventful so far, so I figured I was in the clear, but apparently not. Ha! Miss Locke would like to speak with you. Alright, so either, alright, where is she, or no. Could you see all of us, Fang, at one big con? Oh my god. Humanity would not survive. Nothing would survive. It would be so bad. What do you think, chat? 1 or 2? Corvid, why would we say no? Why would we say no to Miss Locke? That would not be amazing. It'd be scary, Fang. That would be so scary. It would just be fun. So we got a 1, we got a 2. Somebody break that tie. For the lulz. It would be. Oh, you want to do it for the lulz? Dude, I don't want to do it for the lulz. I want to know what she wants. Exactly fun. I've been kicked out of playgrounds before in the middle of the night. It's probably not a good idea. Please head over to the meeting room. She's waiting for you there. Why have people got to mess with me when I'm trying to walk out and get some food? Holy crap. Offering me a slightly urgent, uneasy nod, he turned to hurry off somewhere. I could only imagine what had come up this time. But my instincts told me it wasn't gonna be good. She's gonna be pissy. Before I went to meet Soros, I hurried back to my room to grab a blood pack. A feeling I wouldn't have time to hunt tonight. Sounds familiar. Cheshire. How gracious of you to make an appearance. When I entered the meeting room, Soros rose from her seat, approaching me with slow, deliberate strides. The troubled look in her eyes instantly confirmed my suspicions. Well, I won't mince words. As you might have already guessed, I am in need of your services. Last night there was another murder. Saros paused for a long few moments, briefly biting her lip. The body was mutilated, his ears and eyes cut out, wires stuffed into the sockets. That sounds like a nos? The work of a nos? This makes the third victim of this hidden killer, and only the third victim whose bodies we've found. There may very well be others who have yet to be uncovered. We can't afford to ignore the situation. 1, 2, or 3, chat pack. Either I agree they may target you or me next, or what if it's just a Golgotha agent or a vigilante Marvar? Or so what am I gonna do? Dig graves or recite memorial poetry? What shall we pick, chat? One. I'm thinking... I don't know, I kind of think 1. I'm thinking 1. Let's do 1. Yeah? Yes. You are very much correct. It is a great hazard to all of us, and needs to be dealt with swiftly. She shook her head intently, letting out a strained sigh. We believe the killer regularly returns to the sewers where the previous bodies had been found, because the stench makes even distinct scents very difficult to track. However, right before I asked you here, I received word that my agent lost contact with her partner by the Sunset Strip. She tracked his scents to the sewers, but called for help rather than risk entering by herself. Alright, 1 or 2. Either what? But what if he's already dead? Too smart idea. She must have learned from the horror cliches. Which one? 1 or 2? Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a 2 there. Yeah. There we go. I needed the 3rd. Let's do 2. Indeed. As cold as it sounds, charging unprepared after a murder to rescue someone is a recipe for death. How many times have I done this as a character? How many times have I just impulsively done something stupid? I can think of a couple. You know, it's a thing. Not that it's ever going to stop. But yeah, it might not always be the wisest thing to do. Never claimed to be the wisest, just the most fun. Now, If we were to send a large group, I have no doubt that our killer would easily realize they had been discovered. This person must be extraordinarily sensitive to the presence of others, as they somehow avoided detection so far. Therefore, I intend to send only 2 agents, please, me and Marcus. Kedrick, damn, one of our more combat-skilled assistants, and you. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Fine, I'll take care of it. Or, hang on a second, why me? Or, but I can't really fight. Which one we want to go with? 1, 2, or 3, chat? Your call. Time to meet the murderer. Really? So we're thinking 1. Fine, I'll take care of it. I appreciate your attitude, but don't assume it will be a mundane task. This murderer is very unpredictable, and apparently all too intelligent. Her brow furrowed into a deep, unhappy line. There are weapons I've left for you at the front desk, just in case they're necessary. Please let them be blades. Please let them be blades. Please let them be blades. Good luck, Cheshire. Make sure you return intact. 1 or 2, Jetpack. Either I'll be back with the killer or what's left of them, or everything will go fine. Probably. 1 or 2, Jetpack. Give me 1 more. And we see another 2. And I'll give you 2. I see only 2 votes. There you go. Thank you, Krog. Thank you, Fang. 2. When I returned to the lobby's desk, the clerk discreetly handed me a black box. Please let it be a blade. Please let it be a blade. Make my night. Damn, yes! I held an expensive-looking combat knife and a Glock handgun, complete with a small amount of ammunition. Fuck the gun, I want the knife. Just saying. I tucked the weapons into my jacket, wondering if I'd end up needing them. You'll need the knife. You don't need to use it for this. You could use it for anything else. Just keep the knife. Sorry. Outside, Soros's car was waiting for me. I climbed into the back seat where my partner was already slouched inside. Okay, I don't know why Soros sent you, and honestly, I don't really care. Kedrick, a short, tanned man with a hooked nose and beady eyes, gave me a disparaging look. All I need to know is this. What is your combat experience like? Oh, can I show you? We'll just, duke it out in the back seat of the car. I'll show you what my combat experience is like. Play games with me, boy. Shit. I'm just kidding. Not really. You know, hey. Ha! We got 1, 2, 3, or 4. Either I've been to a lot of fights, I know what I'm doing, or I've never fought anyone before. Not much, but I can handle a gun. Or I cry when I have to flush a spider down the toilet. Come on, people. Which one would I say? 1. Come on, 2 more votes. 1. Give me another. And 1. You guys know me. Good. I won't have to babysit you then. No, you just get out of my way. And that was the extent of our conversation during the car ride. The perpetually silent driver took us straight to the Sunset Strip, or more accurately, a few blocks down, where the missing agent had disappeared. My senses were already prickling on high alert as I stepped out of the car, motioning for me to follow. Kedrick carefully stalked out down the nearest alley, one hand tucked in his jacket. Sure enough, a manhole cover on the ground was slightly cracked open, marked by the lingering presence of a vampire. We crawled down the ladder, dropping into the rat-infested depths. The sewer's potent smell instantly clouted my head, and Kedrick wrinkled his nose in disgust. Why did it have to be the sewer? 1, 2, or 3. Either Soros said they chose it to mask their scent, or, well, real estate property is pretty expensive these days, or shit attracts shit. Corbin, are you saying 3? Guys, you're such smartasses. Are you going with another 3? 3 for the sass. Yeah. Yeah, you're right on that one. Snorting with contempt, Kedrick pulled out his own gun and started to creep forward. Watch the back. Stay close to me. He gestured for me to turn sideways, following him with my back to the wall. In our cautious formation, we started to slowly move along the sewer path. The acidic smell of vampire blood rose over the stench, taking us deeper into the tunnels. I could tell Kedrick felt just as anxious as I did, maybe more so. His eyes darted around constantly, lips pulled back to show his gritted teeth. As we rounded the next corner, something caught my eye behind us. I instinctively jumped back, squinting to try to make it out. There was only a rat hopping out of the water. Either, glad it was nothing, or silently hurried back to Kedrick's side. Now, if you're being stealthy, do you talk? I shouldn't say anything. I'm the worst for this. I can be stealthy, I guess, if I want, but I'm just kind of smartassy and loud in general. Give me one more. I see a 2. I see a 2. Give me another. Vote. Telepathy is silent. 2 in this case. Good point. When you have telepathy, you don't have to talk. I turned around, hurrying to catch up with Kedrick. But he was gone. I could still detect his presence, but it was quickly getting distant. How had he vanished so suddenly? OBF. Just saying. There was only one choice. I had to follow him. If I... R.A.P. Kedrick. That's not nice. Don't tell me that ahead of time. If I tried to leave now, the killer could probably grab me before I escaped, and Kedrick might still be alive. Don't tell me. Focusing on his scent, I hurried after them, trying to keep my footsteps silent. At first, it seemed like they were moving incredibly fast, getting further and further away, but soon I realized I was getting closer. They must have stopped moving. A few steps further, I heard a strange wet sound echoing down the tunnel until just around the next corner, I spotted them. A thin, androgynous figure crouched before a limp body. I couldn't tell what they were doing, but I saw their hand repeatedly moving up to their face, then back to the corpse. Their other hand worked in a sawing motion, and as the awful smell of vampire blood filled the air, I realized they were cutting off Kedrick's flesh. Ew, what are we thinking? Hands behind your head now? Quietly approach or shoot at them. Come on, guys. Be the ninja. What do we want? 1, 2, or 3? Talk to me. Quietly approach. Let's be stealth. Trying to move as soundlessly as possible, I started to approach the figure. It seemed like they didn't notice my presence until he abruptly rose to his feet, jerking towards me. Well, that's a thing. The dim sewer lights flickered over corpse-like skin, a painfully thin body, and a belt of glittering tools. Half of his stray face was strangely beautiful, and the other half was deeply disfigured. Something screamed at me to look away, but something stronger kept my eyes fixed in place. Oh, hello. The man finally offered a casual greeting, slipping his still dripping scalpel into his belt. Wow. And then he lifted a bone-thin arm to wipe off his blood-stained lips, which peeled back to reveal yellowed teeth. Human teeth, not fangs. I was wondering when you'd finally show up. But you just had to bring along a friend, didn't you? His voice didn't match his appearance one bit. A smooth, pleasant baritone rising and falling, almost playfully. Well, that's all right. I don't think he'll be eavesdropping on us anytime soon. 1, 2, or 3. Either have you been the one killing all these vampires, like this isn't obvious, or what the hell are you talking about? You just murdered someone, or, your face? What are we doing? 1, 2, or 3, Chat Pack? What are we feeling? 1. I'm kind of thinking 1 might be the thing. Talk to me, Chad. Give me 1 more vote. Yep, 1. That's what I'm thinking. Whoops, return. I say 1. How about I let you work that one out yourself? I've heard you're pretty smart, but I have to say you're not really showing it right now. He slowly shook his head, giving me an unsettling smile. Right, you don't know who I am, do you? No, of course you wouldn't. You can call me Lazarus. But you might know me as the one who is supposed to get bitten. Ooh, that one was the one that was supposed to get bitten, I guess. So, 1 or 2, either you mean at the abattoir, what happened, or that's insane, Soros wouldn't turn a serial killer. Which one are we thinking? 1 or 2, Chat Pack? I'm feeling, I'm kind of like, I want to know what happened. How did I get bit? I wasn't supposed to get bit, was I? I don't think. Not that I'm upset about it. Sometimes mistakes are gifts. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a second. I want to clear something up, though. I'm not a murderer. I'm a vampire hunter, which makes me the hero here, not the villain. You know, like soldiers, policemen, the guy who flips the electric chair switch. Either why do you hunt vampires then, or you can't compare yourself to those people. Which one do we take? 1 or 2? I'm kind of feeling 1. Uh-oh, now we got a 2, and now we got a 1. We're going with 1. Lapsing into silence, he gave me a smile that lasted several seconds, growing more unsettling by the moment. I don't know if you've already realized this, but the true power of a vampire does not lie in their blood. Blood's only part of it. The true power's in their flesh. Wait, what? Doesn't he look like yeah, he does, kind of, doesn't he? Like a K-pop model? Or a K-pop idol? Yeah. Okay. The true power's in their flesh. So we are either, wait, don't tell me that you, or ... or, so that's how I've grown so powerful. Which one? Do we want 1, 2, or 3? I'm trying to figure out, is he eating it, or is he putting it on himself? Because I'm kind of lost there. Is it 1, 2, or 3? Kind of like that top he's got, though. That'd be kind of cool. 2. He eats vampires. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Come on, somebody break it. Oh, he's eating the hell out of it. Yeah, like that one chick. Okay, we got a 1, a 2, a 3. Somebody break it. 1, 2, 3. Break it, the tie-ish thing. 1, 2, 3. Pick 1. Yeah, speed shot 3. There we go. It sounds disgusting, doesn't it? You can say it. I won't be offended. Nobody likes a cannibal, but blood drinking? That counts as sexy. It's a shame Lestat and Hannibal didn't switch places. He murmured distractedly for a moment, rolling his eyes in obvious scorn. But yes, that's part of the reason I hunt vampires. The more vampires I kill and eat, the stronger I get. In fact, I've already gotten more power than a lot of your kind. I guess you could call it a vicious cycle. Ooh. So then we've got, why are you so intent on getting power? Or you're disgusting, a horrible monster. I have to admit, I'm kind of impressed. Which one do we go? Either 1, 2, or 3. Tokyo Ghoul. 1, 2, or 3, chatback. I'm feeling either 1 or 3 because I'm sick. But yeah, number 2, no. I see a 1. What are we thinking, chatback? I've been thinking the same thing. Tokyo Ghoul. 1, 1, 1. Okay, let's do 1. See, I don't have any big plans, not anymore. I don't want to take over the world or even Los Angeles. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. He nonchalantly gestured to Catrick's ripped open corpse, bony shoulders lifting in a shrug. Everybody needs an outlet. Killing is just how I self-medicate. Like difficult, hands-on therapy. But I am a very difficult, hands-on person. As if to illustrate his point, Lazarus brushed a palm across his corseted waist. The truth is, I've been hunting vampires for some time now. Used to hunt a lot less often, without all the showmanship. I was afraid I'd get caught and killed. Most hunters are, until one day Saros took notice of my efforts and contacted me. His voice abruptly grew strained. He kept smiling at me, but the look seemed frozen on his face, like someone had a gun against the back of his head. She and we made a deal. I'd get turned and serve her, and she'd take care of me. It sounded so nice. Lazarus took a long, deep breath, his emaciated chest rising and falling. So there I was, waiting inside the club, ready to graciously accept my promotion. It never came, though. My apology afterwards didn't come either. See, at first, I thought it might have been God playing one of his bad jokes, but when he's not letting kids get raped or giving people cancer, he really likes to torture me. But no, it wasn't God. It was just a guy named Andre. And you know him, don't you? Either, yes, I work for him, yes, he's just another egomaniac, or no, I don't, who's Andre? Remember, don't throw your friends under the bus. Ever. Never, ever in a million years. So, which one is it? 1, 2, or 3? I have a feeling that's his sire. Is that your sire? Tell him you work for Andre. That would just give you Golgotha rep. Do I want Golgotha rep? I guess I do, don't I? So tell him I work for Andre. Is that what you're thinking? He's not advanced. He says, all right, we'll go with 1. Yes, I work for him. That's unfortunate for both of you. He clicked his tongue in false sympathy. You see, I captured a Golgotha who told me what happened that night. Andre ordered him to capture the Ascari, who was supposed to turn me. He decided to ruin the one thing in life I was looking forward to. And you know what? I don't even care about getting turned anymore. I just want him dead. By the time he trailed off to that last words, Lazarus seemed to be talking to himself more than me. For a short while he stared past me, his cold eyes bisecting something unseen. But soon his focus snapped back to my face. All right, I'm done monologuing, even though all that self-pity feels so nice. I don't have anyone to talk to down here. The vampires never listen to me. I guess this is when you'll try to kill me or capture me, right? Go ahead. Unless you want to make a deal, that is. Oh, wow, now we got a deal. 1, 2, or 3. What kind of deal? Or I'd never make a deal with you, or all I want to do is get out of here and leave you in peace. Highly, highly recommend you save your game. Okay. I will save. Where is save? Save. We're going to save it here. Overwrite save? Yes. So that says April. Does that say 14th? Yeah. So we saved it right here. KK. Now let's return. Alright, so talk to me. What do we want to do? Do we want to do what kind of deal? Do we want to do make a deal? Or do we want to, all I want to do is get out of here and leave you in peace? What are you thinking? 1. 2. 1. Let's try 1. We win. A simple one. You don't bother me. I don't bother you. I keep hunting, waiting right here in my filth until it's time for all hell to break loose. When that happens, I'll kill everyone stupid enough to fight you. I only have one condition. When it's all over, You let me take Andre. Ooh. What do you mean by take him? Or, that's not going to work, sorry. Or, all right, Lazarus, you've got yourself a deal. Or, go rot in hell, you sick bastard. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What are we thinking? And it goes from top is 1, 2 is below, and the part where all hell breaks loose as Lazarus kills those idiots is awesome. Really? Take the deal? Do we want to do that? Corvid, you've done this before. So I'm going to look to you, Corvid. What do you think? Give me a thought and give me the reason why. Now, I'm a creative creature. I can think outside the box. I don't always do what everybody else does. So, tell me your thought and tell me why. Doesn't mean I'll do it. Just means I'm curious. If you want to know more about Lazarus, you could make the deal with him. Really? What's it gonna do to us if we do that? Fuck. 4. I want to see you fight and kill him. Damn it. So we've got, if I want to know more, and that it has the most to work with. What does? So, give me your final votes. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Either what do you mean by take, or that's not gonna work, or you have a deal, or go rot in hell. Which one? Damn, 3. We got a 3, we got a 4. 3, and you can rat on him later if you want. So we got a couple 3s, couple 4s. Damn. I take it we saved it so that in case we really screw up, we can go back. Which we may do. Man, we're shifting sides all over the damn place. I cannot remember how many deals we made. Alright, let's go with... I hate the idea of it, but we're going to go with 3. Interesting. I'm almost curious as to why you accepted, but I don't really want to know either. If I were you, I wouldn't waste time telling Saros that I explained everything. She'll just give you a watered-down excuse. Then we're finished here, aren't we? Leave. I've talked too much. His voice grew colder, and he stared at me with even more distaste than before. So then we've got... Oh, screw up, unlocked an ending. Ah. Okay, so can I come back and see you again, or turn and leave? Which one do we want? 2, just turn and leave? Yeah, interesting. What are your thoughts? 2? Yeah, probably. Let's just get out of here. This dude's creeping me out. I don't want to be his meal that way. So we'll just turn and leave. Retracing my steps, I returned to the sewer entrance I'd arrived from with Kedrick. Though this time I was alone. But now, the tunnels felt strangely empty, even lonely. Maybe it was because I knew the lurking presence nearby wasn't out to kill me. So the threat I'd sensed in the air had all but vanished. Saros's car was still where Kedrick and I had left it, with the driver silently sitting inside. When I climbed in alone, he didn't say anything about my missing companion, and he didn't wait before taking off into the streets either. The air freshener scented lobby welcomed me back, almost shocking my senses. Some of the Ascari waiting around gave me looks as I walked by. They had to have noticed I was alone. And at this rate, Will... As soon as I stepped inside the meeting room, Saros abruptly cut off her words to the agent. They both stared at me for a few moments, obviously trying to figure out what had happened. Cheshire, I see that Kedrick isn't with you. Saros went silent for a short time, her eyes much more troubled and grave than usual. Then she glanced at the agent beside her, gesturing towards the door. If you'd allow us a moment, please. Of course. After a short nod, the man turned on his heel, swiftly making an exit. The killer. I presume you found them, then. When we were by ourselves, she addressed me with a low, worried murmur. 1, 2, or 3. He said his name was Lazarus. Or yeah, it's the guy who was supposed to be turned. Or did you know it would be him? Lazarus. 1, 2, or 3, Chatback. Three, call her out. Think I should. 3, let's do it. Lazarus? No, of course I didn't. I had considered the possibility, but I believed he was no longer a threat to us. Her face slowly darkened, expression flickering between disgust and worry. There is only one way for a vampire to increase their physical power through the consumption of another vampire's flesh. Ah, there we go. Diablo eyes. Yum, 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 yum. Not really, though, is it? Kinda, sort of not. No, it isn't. That's drinking. Hey, the thought occurred. However, just as our blood is poisonous to each other, no, it's not. The flesh is too, not really. With some incredibly rare exceptions. Banu. Only a few vampires have the immunity to stomach either. Banu, just saying. But for humans, consuming our bodies gives them incredible, though only temporary, powers. That is how Lazarus grew so powerful. He had promised to change his ways after he became an agent. That was before you entered the scenario. However, and he disappeared. So 1 or 2, I can't believe you were going to turn a cannibal. Or we should just leave him alone. He's already miserable enough. Which one should we do? He's not miserable. He's enjoying himself. I'd be asking about the cannibal part. I'm thinking 1, 2. Yeah, he's not miserable. He's enjoying himself. He's having the time of his life. It's not your place to catch judgment on either of us, Cheshire. Lazarus is greatly damaged, yes, but to condemn someone for eternity is as foolish as saying humans are incapable of change, making us damned from birth. There was still something redeemable within him, until he chose to cast it aside. For a moment, her voice sounded a little uneven, even shaky. But when she spoke again, it had returned to a more cool, collected one. Now that he has delivered his message, I don't know whether he'll keep killing. However, I will have my agents remain on high alert, now that we know who, what we're facing. You have done admirable work. Nonetheless, I won't forget your bravery and tenacity in escaping his clutches. From the brisk way she cleared her throat, it was obvious she didn't want to discuss Lazarus any further. That is all. Please leave me. 1, 2, or 3, either about Kedrick or leave. Or is that really all you have to say about this? I'm leaning towards 2, but that would just be me. I'm at your mercy, Chatback. You tell me. Yep, there's a 2. What else, Chatback? 1, 2, or 3? 2. One more. There you go. 2. Yeah. Leaving the meeting room behind, I returned to the lobby. Despite the length of my sewer adventure, the sun hadn't begun to rise yet. I had enough time to visit somewhere, or else I could stay at the hotel. Do we go somewhere, or do we stay in? Which one, chat? I'm not sure. Where else would we go? Your thoughts, Chatback? Or, I have another idea. You want me to answer this one? Or do we shut the stream down here and call it a night? Leave it on a cliffhanger. Which would you prefer? Shut the stream? Or one more choice? 1 or 2? Leave it as a cliffhanger? We got cliff. How about we do that? We're going to shut it down right here. Leave this as a cliffhanger. So, I'm looking. Who do we have we can raid? Croc. Who do we see? I'm looking down my list. Who do we have? I don't see. Thank you, Corvid. Yeah, sorry about the technical stuff. Boy, it freaked me out. I thought I had... What had happened is, like I said, I thought I had accidentally deleted the game. I was freaking out. I was like, no! Who do we want to raid? Somebody tell me. Or we can just shut it. If we can't think of anybody to raid, we could just shut it down. Talk to me, chat. What do you think? I'm looking down my list. Yeah, at least it was a game. Yeah, not the stream itself. I'm not seeing anybody. Y'all seen anybody? Alright, so how about we do this? We just shut the whole stream. We'll call it a night. Oh, do you see Vancouver? Where's Vancouver by night? I don't have that one. Oh, that's bad. Hey, Vancouver by night. Croc. You would recommend her? Hey, Croc, give me Vancouver by night. Exactly how it's spelled so that I can go ahead and raid that one. While you're doing that, I'm going to save. We're going to save, but we're going to save in a different spot. Like, right up here. Just in case. Override save, we did it. Alright, so that's exactly how it's spelled. Let's try this. Y'all ready? R-A-I-D. VANCOUVERBY and IGHT. Y'all ready? Let's go raid Vancouver. Remember, you're mine. That means be loud, to be proud, to be vicious, be hungry. See you in a sec. And we're raiding. 4, 3, 2, and 1.